When we're supporting people experiencing violence, it's natural to focus on safety. But the anti violence field's focus on safety above all else has led to harmful outcomes that undermine individuals' long term success. It's not that safety doesn't matter, of course it does. It just can't be isolated from the other vital things that make us feel whole, the set of needs and experiences that make up our well being. And when we prioritize safety without accounting for what's holding someone together, we force trade-offs that make change undesirable and unsustainable. Full Frame Initiative documented this with groundbreaking research alongside survivors that asked the question, what is success? Turns out, for survivors, it's rarely safety, and providers don't always listen to this answer. When we published this report in 2014, the response was instant and widespread. What do we do instead of safety planning? To help, Full Frame Initiative, with support from Alliance for Hope, built this toolkit, from safety planning to well-being planning, to help advocates use well-being to increase safety in ways that center survivors. Here's a quick story that shows what this shift looks like in practice. Marietta is a single mom living with her boyfriend Carl and her 12-year-old son Jason. Marietta works part-time and cares for Jason, who uses a wheelchair. She loves Carl and needs him. She can't lift Jason out of the chair alone. But Carl resents Jason, and when Marietta won't leave him alone to go to a party with Carl, he throws her against the wall, threatens her, and storms out. Jason calls 911. A compassionate advocate, who Marietta likes, zeroes in on Marietta's safety and pushes shelter, kindly refocusing Marietta when she expresses concerns about it. The nearest wheelchair-accessible shelter with space is over 100 miles away, but Marietta goes. She's scared. Jason's far from his doctor, and his health starts to degrade. When the shelter staff tells her they can't help her move Jason anymore, he's stuck in his chair. Marietta goes back to Carl, and she and Jason resolve to tell no one when Carl erupts again. What if this happened instead? The advocate's employer encourages her to listen to Marietta's concerns as evidence of the important assets that Marietta can't lose, the people and programs that help Jason thrive. In this case, that means staying nearby for medical care and getting help with Jason. The advocate asks first about local family and friends. Turns out, Marietta's brother agrees to take them in for a while, provided the advocate negotiates with his landlord so there's no lease violation. Marietta has time to figure things out without having to give up what's working in her life. She still sees Carl, but is adamant that part of her safety plan is not living with him. So, well-being planning recognizes that durable safety depends on other aspects of someone's life, and it allows us to support survivors in ways that center their expertise and their priorities. You may already be doing this type of well-being-oriented planning. That's great. Either way, we encourage you to use this toolkit to sharpen your practice, to identify forced trade-offs that might be present in your program, to understand how survivors seek and experience well-being, and to bring these pieces together to develop an approach that helps folks get safe without throwing the rest of their lives into chaos or giving up something that's working well. That's what most of us got into the field to do. So it's no wonder that this approach has taken hold in programs nationwide and been featured by DSV coalitions in California, Idaho, Missouri, Massachusetts, and more. It's influenced leaders at the state and federal level, changed policies, and shifted the allocation of over $420 million in public and private funding. So, welcome to this national community of advocates charting a new path forward for programs, communities, and survivors. We're cheering you on.